Nisikie ng'o ama ng'e, akule amalize. Kwa nini?
No. No.
Now.
Hakuna hiyo.
Nimekwambia unaweka hii kidogo. Sasa imekuwa moto. Mpaka ichemke. Umeosha hizi vitu? Kwani baba? Kwa hiyo ya tomato yako.
I was trying to make
Hello, guys.
Good evening to everyone. A very good evening to everyone. So, good evening, guys. Good evening. I hope you're doing well this very fine Monday evening. Leah, Sonia, now I hope you can hear me. I had not unmuted. I had not unmuted myself. Yeah, I had not unmuted myself. I hope now guys can hear me. Please confirm if you can hear me. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, Jeff.
All right. Hi, Rita.
Hi, Jeff. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about
Uh,
you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm doing great. So welcome to the session.
Okay,
You can
thanks. Thank
see
you.
Leah Sawa. All right. So we can get to start off these. We can get to start off this session. Now, last Monday, we didn't get to have. Last week on Monday, we didn't get to have this because it was a holiday. So I'd like to welcome you back into this session. So as we get to start off. First, I'd like to commend everyone for whatever progress they've been making in their trading. One guy I really commend is Alpha. Alpha, you're doing quite a very good. You have quite some very good progress in your trading together with Cecilia. Alpha, Cecilia, Rita as well. Very good progress in your trading. I can see guys are now even more confident to hold positions for a longer period of time. I know before guys were probably struggling with holding positions for, a while. But now I can see even, I mean, Alpha is a grand swinger. Cecilia, she's holding positions now for like, she's holding positions now for like 4 weeks. Yeah, she's been holding USDCAD for the last 4 weeks. And if I remember, Kwanza, where Cecilia's like from Cecilia's story. I'll actually once she joins, because she's also joining in, I'll let her tell you her story. She will even call at some point, like, just to ask and inquire and share, like, what's going on. Yeah. She will call and share what's going on, and we will have that conversation. And now you can see she's the one giving you guys, like, USDCAD confirmations, and she's holding now positions. Like now the setup we have for USDCAD, she's been holding it for the last 4 weeks. So I'm very happy seeing the kind of progress that guys are making, and that is actually one of the main reasons as to why I even started Chats and Chill, because I realized apart from, like, the formal sessions that we usually have, we can have now a forum like this where we can now, this is informal, we get to talk, vibe, enjoy these conversations, as well as make them impactful based off what we all do, which is now trading these markets together. So I'm very happy. I know there are quite a number of guys. There are quite a number of guys who I will actually like them to speak and probably even give their trading progress. Some of them are not here, but if you listen to like the previous episodes of Chats and Chill, you'll get to hear them give their stories. So these are guys who I have actually like been together with them from 2024. So I started this whole movement thing from 2024. So all the way till right now. So I assembled the team from 2024. So guys have been able to make their own, like, trading progress and all that. And even as time has gone by, I've had now like more people now, rather than new people, get to join in. And so far so good. One of the things is I'm very, very glad and happy to see like that kind of progress. Cecilia, hi, I can see you. Finally, you have landed. Hi, Cecilia. Oh, yeah, she has left. Okay. But once she joins back again, I'd like her to. I can. Hi. Hello, Cecilia. Okay. So, I can see there's a message from Alpha. Yeah, all thanks to you. Have a good day. I mean, you're welcome. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. I'm glad you put in that effort and time into understanding these and mastering it. So, I mean, it's now the results of the work that you put in. Okay, it's the results of the work that you put in. And see, hand wash, I still have fear. Uh, when it comes to the aspect of fear, I think it's more of a stage. Okay, it's more, or rather, it's more of a phase. That the biggest challenge is actually to overcome that phase of the biggest challenge is usually to overcome that phase of fear. The moment you start now being confident in terms of you can now start to take positions to start. I mean, you're comfortable taking certain risks. Then as time goes by, you even get to become more confident. Okay. As time goes by, you get to become more and more confident. So, but that is something we will get to work on. Okay. That is something we'll get to work on. So don't worry. It's just a matter of just a matter of time. Okay. It's just a matter of time. So I'd like to welcome you into this session. So for me, these sessions is not usually just like a duplicate of the analysis sessions. This is something way this is something way bigger than uh, this is something way bigger than just like having analysis alone. Because like you have heard, I track the progress of people that I usually train. I track the progress of people, especially the people that I'm usually like very close with in terms of I've seen their progress, and it's something that I started from way back. So this is like 2 years. This was back in 2024. So 2 years in now. Okay. And it's something that I usually follow. It's something that I usually follow up. I want to know, like, the progress of how guys are doing, how their trading journey has been. Because even when I assembled that team for 2024, that time I had like about 40, because I used to have like sessions of 10 each. And by that time, I was managing about 40 or 50 guys. But then out of the 40 or 50, I selected a group of 10. A group of 10 that now I went like very deep with in terms of, training them from start all the way till the end. Then now we had now trading sessions. Apart from just like now the training sessions, you have trading sessions. Then it was an intense, more like an intense training. So training them even advanced supply and demand, because I think that was the first bunch I trained. I ever trained advanced supply and demand. So being able to understand how orders are formed and filled, and I mean, so far so good. Most of them now are making their own progresses. I think in the next chats and chill, because today's one, I've sent out the message quite late. I sent out, remember, I've sent out the messages like in the evening, or let's say like sometime from about 3 or 4 p.m. But probably from next week, some of them will also be in the session. If you've listened to the previous episodes as well, they are there. Okay. If you've listened to the previous episodes, I mean, if you've listened to the previous episodes, they are there. You can get to listen to them and hear what they say. You can actually find the episodes on YouTube. So this is on. Let me see. You just come to my YouTube here. When you come to my YouTube, you'll find those episodes of the previous chats and uh, just a sec. So you'll come and find the episodes of the previous chats and chill. Then you listen to the conversations that we've been having with these guys, especially these episodes, these first ones here. They used to really join in. These ones, if you listen to these episodes very well, you get to hear the kind of progress that guys have made. The kind of progress that guys have made, and it's very commendable progress. Okay. Yeah, it will be good to talk to our seniors. Yeah, sure, Rita. Okay. So, I guess the whole here. Cecilia. Hello, Cecilia. Can you hear me? Hmm. Yeah, it's okay. Like she can't hear me. Okay. So, I'd like to welcome you all. Probably let me just say a quick hi to everyone. So, hi, Alpha.
Hi, Jeff. How Jeffrey?
Yeah, hi, man. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Welcome to the session. I can see Daktari. Hi, Daktari.
Hi Jeff, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, welcome to the session.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can see Eunice as well. Hi, Eunice. Hi, Eunice. Okay, probably she can't hear me then. Honey Mwash. Hi, Honey Mwash. Oh, Leah Sonia. Hi, Leah.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi everyone. Sorry.
Oh, hi, Leah.
Hi, Jeffrey.
How are you?
I'm super, and you?
I'm good. I'm good. Welcome. Welcome to the session.
Asante sana. I'm here to learn. I'm not yet a swinger,
Hmm.
but I long to be one.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome.
Asante sana.
Han Mwash. Nilikuwa nimekusikia.
Hi. Hi
Hi.
Jeffrey.
Hi. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I think this is the first time I'm hearing your voice.
Yeah, I am so happy to be here
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am willing to learn swing trading.
Yeah, karibu sana. This is the
I
right
still
place to
have some
learn.
fears, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'll hold.
Yes, you know how we usually say you get to sing it like you mean it.
Yeah, I found out that scalping is not my thing.
Uh-huh.
I've been losing a lot scalping because scalping, the only thing you think about scalping is gold
Yeah.
because of the volatility and you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I don't think this is my thing. Let me
Hmm.
go to swing trading fully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Let's get to do this together.
Sawa.
Yes. I can see Rita. Hi, Rita. I think I said hi to you. Hi
Hi,
again.
once it's never enough. Hi.
Hi, karibu sana.
At least you also get to hear my voice for the first time.
Yes, I also get to hear your voice for the first time. How are you?
Jambo.
Karibu sana. So, welcome.
Thank you.
I can see Cecilia. Hmm.
Hi.
Finally.
Okay, I'm just like I'm under the weather, so I don't think I'll be able to talk that much.
Ah, it's okay. It's okay. But you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Welcome to the session. I was just mentioning about like the progress that you made in terms of the progress you made in terms of your trading, and I was referring to your USDCAD swing that you've done, the one that you're still holding. I mean, I think you're still holding, or you actually closed it on Friday.
Just like actually, I didn't cross ili hit TP automatic.
No, okay, yeah. Then if your TP is
Yeah,
already hit, then you're okay. But you've held that position for like three weeks or 4 weeks.
just like since six ili hit TP nini. When was it today morning?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Today morning. So that's like 4 weeks.
yeah.
That is good. Congratulations. That is very good. So, welcome everyone. I hope I've said hi to everyone. I think I've said hi to everyone. Apart from Maureen. Hi, Maureen.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm very good. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Karibu sana.
Asante.
So I guess we can I guess we can get to start off. Now, how I usually love doing it is that I like getting like fast feedback from you before giving you the pairs that I'm looking out for. So probably I'd like everyone to give me, now that at least today we are a bit more, three pairs of your choice. Each one will give me three pairs of their choice that you'd like me to look at. Can be something that you're looking out for, something that you're looking to trade this week. Then I'll also give you my pairs. Probably starting with my pairs. I'll do Euro USD, GBP USD, and USD CAD. Then each one will give me three of your pairs that you're probably looking to trade, or just any three pairs that you'd like me to look at, so that I am able to address everyone's pairs. Okay. So starting off with Euro USD. So for EU here, we've had a very nice drop. You remember the whole of last week we've been holding this position. Actually, for the last like 2 weeks. I mean, the last week, but one there was this consolidation all the way into last week. Then last week there was this. Then on Friday, this is because this now movement this was on Friday all the way till current price. We had this, and I'm still anticipating to see a scenario like this. Where price drops all the way into the areas of 1.14560 areas. So the range that we've been working with now is from this demand, because now this is the origin of this whole rally all the way to this supply. So anytime we are looking at these ranges, we have to always identify the origin of price moves, because the origin of price moves determine how orders start getting formed and how orders get filled. So price gets to this supply, then from this supply ahead, they drop like this. The moment price broke below this and retested, and we've been maintaining below this area, at the back of your mind, you know that where is price headed to? It's headed to the origin of this previous rally, which is now this demand here. And that is why we are, even when we started taking this position, we have targets at our potential targets at these areas of 1.14560 levels. Okay. So, we have this kind of scenario. We are anticipating to see a potential drop all the way down back to these areas of 1.14560 areas, because you're looking at a potential price filling this range back to this demand. So now once price comes to this demand, now what will be the anticipation? We'll be looking out for a potential bullish reversal, due to the fact that the range now, the start of the range being from here all the way till this, then from here all the way down to this, that range is filled like that. Okay, so we have that. Okay, we have that. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. Ideally, I wouldn't expect any kind of like bullish reversal to happen from here in the middle. So what I'd anticipate to see is like now that continuation of the potential continuation of the prevailing trend. Then now, if you're like, let's say for example, like to scout for potential entries, now you come to something like the 1 hour time frame, or even can still use the 4 hour time frame structures. So let's say like something like an area like this, for example. So you get to have something like this. Let me show you. You get to have something like this now. So price comes and gets to react to this area, something like that. So there's structure here. 1.15500 areas here, something like that. Because even if I put like a horizontal line at this area, you have something like this. So this is the structure that price is getting to react to at this level here, like that. Then we get to see something like now this all the way down. So for probably anyone who missed out on entries here, I wouldn't advise taking it here in the middle because now this will be a high risk, low reward. But now this is the sentiment that this is the sentiment that I have. Okay, this is the sentiment that I'm looking out for. Okay, this is a sentiment that I am this is a sentiment that I am looking out for. So we have that on Euro USD. This one had really tested our patience last week. Then eventually, at least it dropped on. At least it got to drop on Friday, although it had really tested our patience for last week. And if you check out even like the daily, if you check out like even the daily time frame, you can see the kind of scenario that you have. You can see the kind of scenario that you have on the daily. Okay, so we have that, right? We have that on the daily as well. It's still the same range. So let's get to observe and see how price reacts to this. I can see alpha. You've given me a pair 0 JPY, Euro CD. Okay, so there's that on Euro USD. Then for GU as well, this is the kind of structure that you have. Now for GBP USD, I'd actually look out for a potential bullish reversal at this area here. But this is the analogy behind it. All right, this is the thought process. So you have the zone. This is the range that I'm working with from this supply all the way down to this demand and back to this supply. Although price failed to get to this supply, like fully, it reacted from this area, pushed to the downside, failed to fully get to demand, reacted from very few pips above. Then you have this kind of scenario. Then from here again, this is where now we had the NFP spike, then drop all the way down to this demand. Now look at the strength of the move into this demand. We had a very strong push into the zone. Now we have one candle. We have a bullish engulfing candle on the 4-hour time. We have a bullish engulfing candle on the. We have a bullish engulfing candle. We have a bullish engulfing candle on the 4-hour time frame here. So, and ideally, this demand being a key area of interest. Okay, this demand being a key area of interest, I'll be anticipating to see a potential push like this. But now the confirmation here will be the moment you see a candle close above, you have like a scenario like this. So the moment you do a candle close above like that, so you'll anticipate to see a potential now shift in market structure and a bullish reversal happening. This is a key area of interest. So ideally, this is a key area of interest. So ideally, I'd be anticipating to see such reactions. And then you can see the kind of scenarios here. 1, 2, then it was broken again here, here. So this shows that this is a key area of interest. Okay, this shows that it shows that this is a key area of interest, and you will anticipate to see this is a key area of interest, and you will anticipate to see a potential bullish reversal from this level here if this zone holds. So we have that on GBP USD. Then we have a look at USD CAD. This is USD CAD. Yeah, I can see the requests. All right. Yeah, I can see the requests. Okay. So I have seen Alpha, I've seen yours, Hanimash, I've seen yours, Maureen as well, I've seen yours. Okay. So then this is for USD CAD. This has actually been a very perfect swing that we've had on USD CAD. This has been a swing for a whole 4 weeks from when we started. And if you listen to if you listen to the episode of this Chat and Chill episode of when was it? This was 8th May. I think either 4th May or 8th May. No, or 11th. One of those episodes, we talked about these pair at this level. Like literally it was at this zone. And the mode of entry was based off the 4-hour time frame. Yeah. That area. Yeah. This was the first. This was the first area of interest for these buyers. And we have seen all these rally all the way. This was a breakout here. You remember we talked about this area here during NFP for those of us who attended the NFP session. We talked about the buyers, the potential buyers from here, and we've seen price rally all the way to these supply area at the levels of 1.39,600 areas. So once price taps this area, because again our working range has been from this demand all the way to this supply and back to this demand, that range is filled. Then from this demand, we see a push up like that, a break above a retest, then a continuation. We had the break above, retest, price rallies all the way to this supply. The moment it gets to this supply, we'll be looking at a potential shift in market structure. And at that particular point, we'll get to see a potential reversal. That is if this supply holds. But considering this is also on the daily time frame, chances are very high that chances are very high that this area will get to hold. You can see this is a very key area on the daily time frame. Okay, so my working zone, no, rather my working range from this demand all the way to this supply back to this demand, that range is filled. Then from this demand all the way back to this supply, that range again is filled. Okay, so we have that. So I'm looking at a potential when price rallies into this supply, the chances are high you may get to see a potential bearish reversal. Okay, so we have that. Then you see something like that. Okay. So we have got that on USDCAD. Let me see the pairs you'd like. Let me start off with Alpha. You said Euro JPY, Euro CAD. Okay. Let's see Euro JPY. Let me see here is Euro JPY right there. Then you'd said Euro CAD. So let me have Euro CAD and just next to it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have these kind of scenarios like that. Mhm. You have these kind of scenarios like this. Bus. Then we start off with Euro JPY. So for Euro JPY, when you zoom out like that, and see these on the 4-hour time frame, probably let me even start from the daily. So from the daily, you have something like that. That is the kind of scenario you have. So has been from my working range has been from this supply to this demand, back to this supply to this demand. And you can see these on the daily, a push up, back to this demand. Then from this demand, we had the breakout above all the way till this. Then the drop again all the way back to this demand. And that range was like this. Price rallied into this area. Now you can see this already is the confirmation. You see, this is a very huge bearish engulfing candle here on the daily time frame. So this already tells you that chances are very high you may get to see a potential shift in market structure from this area. So the next thing you'll be anticipating to see is a potential, now that price has formed a lower low, I'd be looking out for a potential retest of these areas of 185.420 before a potential push to the downside like that all the way down to these areas of 182.380 areas. Okay, so potentially you have that area of 182.380, and there's also these areas of 183. 183, there's this area of 183, and there's this area of 182.380 levels. Okay, So there is that. Then you can see now these on the daily. I've broken it down in the daily. I'm expecting a tap of this, just the same way we had this, the same way we had this. That is what I'm anticipating to see a potential tap of, a potential tap of 185.420 before, a potential push to the downside. All right. Then here we have price will either react from potentially these areas of 183, or we have these areas of 182.38 areas. Okay, so we have that. Let's observe and see how price actually gets to react to that on Euro JPY. Let me see the 4 hour now. On the 4 hour, I'd be looking out for. On the 4 hour, I'd be looking out for this area here. Then something like that. Okay, so I'd be looking out for that kind of scenario. Mm, mhm. So we have that on Euro JPY. Then for Euro CAD, you have this. Let's start off with the 4 hour. Let's see what you have. Now here on the 4 hour, the range is from this demand to this supply back to this demand. That range is filled. Then from this demand to this supply, then you had a push to the downside. Price has come to retest supply at this area. So price can either react from here or inside these level at these areas of you have these areas of 1.61, potentially 1.61 to 100 areas before we get to see another. Before we get to see now another push to the downside like that. Okay, so we have that. Let's observe and see. Let's observe and see how price gets to. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. Okay, there's that on Euro CAD. Then the last one was GBP AUD. So for GBP AUD, let me see GBP AUD. Oh. Let me see GBP. This is JPY. There is AUD. So for GBP AUD, I can see it's already at a key area of supply. They mark it out like that. Then that is the result, like that. Mhm, like that. Mm, Something like that. Mm, yeah, something like that. Then considering this range has been filled from this supply all the way down into this demand and back to this supply, that range has been filled. And then from here again down to this demand and now back to this supply, that range has been filled again. So then now from this supply, we get to see a potential bearish reversal. We get to see a potential bearish reversal from here, and we get to see something like this. Ideally, that is what I'd anticipate to see, unless price actually breaks above. Unless price breaks above this to invalidate the scenario, but chances are very high we might actually get to see a potential bearish reversal. Okay, so there is that. You can see that is on the 4 hour and also on the daily time frame. Although now on the daily, looking at it from the daily, chances are high that if price breaks above this area here, you are looking at a whole rally all the way to this because of this range from this supply all the way down to this demand, and from this demand the rally all the way to supply like that. Okay, So we have got that. Let's observe and see how price reacts to. Let's observe and see how price reacts to this. Okay. Then, so there's that. Then I can see USD JPY, GJ, and GBP and the D. Okay. So that is now for hand march. There is just DJPY. Then we also have GJ here. And we also have GJ here. Mm-hmm. 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 GBP JPY right here. Then this one have it like that. Mm-hmm. Then this one as well. Mm-hmm. Like that. So for USD JPY, starting off with this one. For USD JPY, this has been the working range. So this has been my working range. So from this supply all the way down to from this supply all the way down to this demand and back to this, that range is filled. Now when price taps this area of supply, this is the area we'll be looking out for bearish a potential bearish reversal like that. Okay, after that range has already been filled. So this supply area is a very key area of interest, the level of 160.700, because now that is the area where you can get to see a potential. That is the area you can get to see a potential. That is the area you can get to see a potential bearish reversal. Okay, that is the area you can get to see a potential bearish reversal. So let's get to observe and see how price. Let's get to observe and see how price gets to react to this. Okay, so there is that on USD JPY. Then let's have a look at GBP JPY. So for GJ, you have this. Let me even see how the daily looks like. So you have this kind of scenario here. So you have price breaks above this. Price breaks above this area here. This is a fake breakout. Then now you've seen the reversal, and you can see this structure is similar to what we have seen on Euro JPY. So we have price has broken below. Now we have a retest of this area, this area, this area, this area. So we have a top of this, then push to the downside like that. And now you can see this on the daily time frame. If you go to the 4 hour, if you go to the 4 hour, if you go to the 4 hour, we have no low. So you have this, then a retest before, something like that. Okay, so you can see each time price tapped here, we've had very strong pushes to this demand. Here again, all the way down. Here, all the way down. During the breakout as well, all the way down. And this demand is the major origin of this whole rally like that, all the way to these highs. Okay, so even for this area, I'd anticipate to see a potential tap of 214.080. Then we get to see drop all the way down. A drop all the way down to 210.945 down here. Okay, these areas here. So we have that. Let's observe and see how price gets to. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. Okay, so we have that on GBP JPY. Then we have a look at the last pair. This was GBP and ZD. Okay, so GBP and ZD for these are for let me see, GBP and ZD. Yeah, so this is what you have on GBP and ZD. Now these on the 4 hour, I can already see a range just based off the 4 hour alone. Now here we have this kind of scenarios, something like that, something like that. Then you have these as well, and these as well. So that then our arcing ranges from this demand to this supply back to demand. Now look at the reaction: missed demand by a few pips, missed demand by a few pips. Then you've seen a very strong rally all the way till these highs. Now there is this major range from here, this demand to supply and back to demand. There is that range. Then there is now a minor range, and the minor range is from these highs all the way down to these lows and back to these highs for that range to be filled. So that now when price fails to check out these highs, we get to see a potential push down back to these areas of potentially their areas of 2.27564. So 2.27564 around that particular level. Okay. So there's that. I'm looking at that kind of range, or rather anticipating that kind of push at least back to this demand of 2.27564 areas. Okay. So there's that. Let's observe and see. Let's observe and see how price gets to react. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. Okay. So there's that on GBP and ZD. Then we have a look at, so we've already done Alpha and Marsh, then look at Maureen. She says, please look at US30, gold, and silver. Okay, US30, gold, and silver. US30, gold, and silver. Okay, so let me start with gold and silver then. I have gold here. Then I'll have silver right just next to it as well. Yeah. Starting with gold, you can see currently what you have. We can start on the daily. Currently, we are still quite bearish. Okay, we are still quite bearish because this demand is a key area of interest here. Now, price has missed this demand by a few pips, has come back to this area on the daily time frame. This is also a key area of interest. And when you come to the 4 hour, when you come to the 4 hour time frame, you have something like that. So ideally, what we will anticipate here is a slight push to the downside. Right here, I will anticipate to see a scenario where you have a slight push to the downside back to this demand before now potential something like this. However, if price was to break above this, remember the range we are having is from this demand. And remember, there was a time I think I'm the one who had actually did I'm the one who had actually did the analysis on this one. I think it was about a week or two ago, and I mentioned this area. I think it was one of the sessions. It was one of the live analysis sessions, and I mentioned about this area here. So a top of this, then a push to the downside. The moment price comes back to this again, you have another strong. You have another strong. You get to find that you have another strong push to the downside. Okay, so now that you've already seen that, drop happening, so what I'd anticipate to see, zoom out. Okay, so what I'd anticipate to see is a potential Let me zoom out like that. So Hanmash, I've zoomed out. So we have something like that. So here we have a minor structure. The reason why I'm saying price can easily take out these areas because here you have a minor, at this area you have a minor structure. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, you can take a screen. Okay, all right, cool. So you're welcome, Hanmash. So there is this area here. This is an area that price can easily get to break above, and then you have now this range from this supply all the way coming down to this. Then from here, the push like that, then something like this. So ideally, I'd want to see if price holds at this zone, we will see a slight push back to this then, something like that, something like that. But the moment it pushes above, then now we are feeling this whole range back to 4400 levels. Okay. I might find ourselves feeling the range back to 4400 level. So let's observe and see. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. So you have that on gold, then on silver as well. It's the same kind of scenario. Actually, for silver, this one is the setup is has more clarity than gold because these are breakouts. So what I'd be anticipating for is a retest before now potential continuation of the drop lower. Because again, now this demand is the major origin of these rally to this area here. So now that you've broken below this, because now this is the key area of demand based off this area like that and that area like that. Okay. So at this point, I'd want, rather I'd wait to see a potential tap of 70.49 to 82, then potential continuation of the drop lower all the way down to these areas of 64 point, no, 61, sorry, 61.47, 784 areas. Okay, so we have that on silver. Okay, we have that on silver. Then for US 30, these are pairs for Maureen. So for US 30, so for US 30, I think for US 30 we had a drop back to. Let me see what level that was. Oh yeah, so for US 30, my working range becomes from, again, it's from this demand all the way to these highs and back down to this demand. That range is filled. So I'd be looking to see price drop into this demand. Okay, I'd be looking to see price drop into this demand before now potential push like this. However, if price opts to treat this area as a level of demand, then you'll get to see something like this, right? Although, although what I'm anticipating to see is probably a push down to 50,000 to 46 before a potential bullish reversal. Okay, so there's that on US 30. Okay, there's that on US 30. Then I can see USD. Sonia says it's DJPY. We've covered USDJPY. Gold is the one we've covered as well, and NAS. So I'll cover NAS 100. We've already done gold and silver. So we have for NASDAQ. There's NASDAQ. So you remember how we came about this level in the morning. So this is the zone that we've been working with. We have from this demand all the way to these highs. And back to this demand, that range is filled. Then from here again, you get to see a push to this area. Now here is the determinant factor because you can get to see the price do this, or you may get to see price break above and rally all the way back to these areas of potentially the areas of 30,800. Okay, so 30,000, like these areas of 30,800 areas potentially. So we have these levels here. So let's observe and see. Let's observe and see how price reacts to this. But ideally, I'm looking at a potential continuation of the rally higher. Okay, I'm looking at a potential continuation of the rally higher for this one. So that is on Nasdaq. Then I can see there's Cecilia. Let me first do US oil and UK oil, then I come to Cecilia. I know you had said something about USD I'll let you share your screen in a minute. So that is look at oil, US oil and UK oil. Okay. So for US oil and UK oil, uh-huh. For US oil and UK oil, we have that is US oil. Mm, then you have this is UK, that is UK oil right there. So for US oil, this is crude oil. So I've seen price drop from yeah. I mean, you've seen the rally from this area to these highs. So this is the kind of scenario that is happening. So here, I don't see a potential drop all the way down into this demand area at 89.12 and probably even the areas of 86.83. Okay. So I may get to see when price react from this level here before we get to see probably a potential either price holds and reverses or it breaks below and keeps pushing lower. But it breaks below and keeps pushing lower, I'll be anticipating to see something like this when price drops all the way down to these areas of 80.40 levels, right? So we have that. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to these on US oil and especially for US oil. This area is the determinant factor. This level is the determinant factor because the price can come to this and push up, or it can come there and break below. Okay, so there's that. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. Then for UK oil as well, same thing. Is although now for UK oil, at least the zone is defined. So for UK oil, we have price coming down to these areas here. So this demand, I don't see will price hold or will it break below. Chances are high it might actually hold. But in case it breaks it below, we'll be looking at something like this. Then a push down to 87.49. However, if price holds, then we'll be looking at something like that and a potential bullish reversal. Okay, so there's that on UK oil. Let's observe and see how price gets to. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to that. Then now, now I come to this. So Carol, I've done US oil, US oil and UK oil. Then there's last request, Jeff, please use desire. Okay. Of USD ZAR. Not looked at this pair in a while now, but I can see still maintaining within the same zones I think I had from last year or something. I don't think I've looked at this thing this year. So we have again the major range from this demand to this supply and back to this demand. Then within this area, and then we have from this demand to these highs and back to this demand. That range is filled. Then from this demand again to these highs, back to this demand. Then from demand again to these highs, so you may get to see a push back into demand. Then from this demand again, now a push, now a push to either these first highs or these next highs at 1.168,000, 80,000 areas here. So you observe either for these or this. Okay, so you get to observe either for reactions here or for reactions at this area here, 16.80 thousand areas. Okay, so there's that. Then now coming to now Cecilia, you have said your pairs are USD, CAD, USD, CHF, and GBP USD. You had requested a let to share your screen. So Cecilia, can you hear me?
Yeah, actually, the reason why I'm saying that is,
Mm-hmm.
it's because just like I have a bias of more buys than reversals. That is why I wanted to you confirm for me. You have me to confirm.
For USDCAD.
Yeah, because I have a
Mhm.
different supply zone.
Okay, what is your supply? You can share the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, just share the screen.
Jeff,
Yes.
unanisikia?
Yeah, I can hear you well. Niambia.
Okay, let me just show you just a moment.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Just like the reason why I'm having a different view is because of this surprise zone, the
Mm-hmm.
one that I'm having right now.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It just like unless the today candle cross iki cross above this one,
Mm-hmm.
my just like my view itakuwa more biased. If it cross inside standard naweza my data kwa more cells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just like I think the issue is our just like my zone and yours.
Okay, yeah, but even though that zone is valid, so it's now just a matter of being able to now observe and see how price reacts at that level. Because if it breaks above and now completely breaks and keeps going higher, then you might have a continuation of the rally higher. But I don't think that, especially from the kind of rally that we've been having,
Mm-hmm,
at that particular zone, what we may have at that particular zone is exhaustion.
mm-hmm,
So at what we usually have at exhaustion is that now the number of the bullish orders now they get exhausted. So the more
mm-hmm.
the number of buyers are becoming lesser and lesser in the market because now they have exhausted all their bullish orders until that range has been filled at that supply.
Uh-huh.
So now what I do want to see is probably let's observe and see how that zone becomes because today is Monday. How that zone reacts tomorrow, like tomorrow morning or even by tomorrow New York session, so that you are able to now so that now you are able to tell so that you are
Okay, then
able
thank you.
okay, you're welcome. So that you are able to tell if the zone holds or if it breaks. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's
Then
that.
you can help me with the USDCHF.
Okay, yeah, okay. So let me do USD CHF. So we have USD CHF. Mm-hmm. There is USD CHF. So finally, USD CHF actually got to break above this area here. Finally, it got to break above this area here. So this has been a range that price has been trading within for the last, I think, a month or two now. From these highs down to these lows, back to these highs, down to these lows, back to these highs, down to these like that, like that. Then now you have the break above all the way all the way to these areas of 0.79720. So chances are high you might actually get to see price rally to these highs, 0.80 thousand areas. Then now from there you get to see at that area of 0.80 thousand areas. Now you get to see how price reacts at this area. Will you get to see price break? Will you get to see price break above and keep pushing higher, or will you get to see a potential bearish reversal at that high? Okay. If we get to see a potential bearish reversal, then we see price now doing something like you get to see a scenario like now this. Then probably let me even see how the daily looks like. So for the daily, this is a kind of scenario right here on the daily time frame. Then you have this range, this area all the way down to this demand. Then from this demand, hit the rally all the way to that. Then we had maintained below these because the moment you had the breakout here, this was the retest. Then we had maintained around this area for quite a while. Eventually, now it has broken above. So chances are high. We'll be looking to see price rally all the way to these highs here, or even these areas of 0.80, 660 areas. Okay. So we have that. Let's observe and see how price reacts to this. But ideally, that is what I'd be potentially observing or looking out for. Okay. So a potential push to the upside. The first area of interest is 0.80 thousand, and the next area of interest potentially is the areas of 0.80, 660 levels. Okay. This supply area up here. Okay, Cecilia. So there is that. So I hope I can see, I think we've covered, yeah, I've covered everyone's request. So out of everyone's request, I think I've covered quite a number of pairs from JPY pairs to USD pairs to NAS and US 30, gold, silver, US oil and, US oil and UK oil. So I hope now guys are well ready in terms of how to approach the market this week. Although now when it comes to entries, the best time to get now to start looking like for potential entries is from tomorrow, right? From tomorrow during London, let's say London session or even New York session. So for now, what you just do is now that you've already done this session, we get to just observe, and then now tomorrow now we can be able to get hands-on with it in terms of like potential entries and things like that. Now that is from either London session or even New York or even New York session. Okay. So if there is no other question, then I'd like to end it at that. So thank you guys for joining in. I guess now, I think now next week I'll let you guys know early in advance that you are able to plan accordingly, and then you're able to join in so that probably in case you may need for, because I know I might have now more guys getting to join in, so we may have more requests and also now more of a conversation. Also, one more thing, I've been thinking of gamifying your experience on do you guys use the same Zoom link? No. For this session, yes. Hanmash, yes. For this session, yes. We usually use the same Zoom link. So you just maintain this same Zoom link for you to be able to join in. Then I'm thinking of gamifying your experience on this Discord. But I will give you more insights on that. So whereby I can, let's say, do a Discord live and guys can get to join in. So I'm thinking of a way I will gamify your experience in terms of we can go live, but not on Zoom. Let's say like going live on Discord, and I can be able to like share insights and things like that all on Discord. So and it's a very like it's like the experience there is much more different than what you can see on Zoom or probably other platforms, let's say like Zoom or even Slack, for example. So Discord is let me call it like it's very elite, especially when you're doing like those kind of lives. But I'll update you more about that probably within the course of the week. So it's something that I've just been thinking, but I'm finding a way on how to structure it. But once I do, I'll let you guys know. Once I do. I'll let you guys once I do, I'll let you guys know. Okay. So with that guys, I can see eh, I have I have another meeting I'm supposed to get to join into. So I can see there's yeah. Yes, Rita, I am always thinking. I am always so yes, I will give you guys a feedback on uh mm, just a second, let me reply to this. So I'll give you guys feedback. Mm, in- mm, just a second. So yes, I will give you more details about it. So because I'm looking at making these I'm looking into turning these chats and chill sessions into something very different. It's a whole kind of movement that I'm creating. So I'll give you more insight about it very soon. But for now, till then, I wish you all a very amazing evening. Have yourselves a very great evening. I know it's time for supper, it's time for dinner. So yeah, I'd also like to grab myself some. And yeah, as I also get to hop into another meeting because I have another meeting till about like 10:30, 10:30 p.m. So that's it for me, guys. Wish you all a very great one. Let's get to catch up tomorrow during the analysis session. And also, yeah, actually, it's just tomorrow during the analysis session. So if you probably need to get to also listen to the previous videos as well, like I've mentioned, they are on YouTube, right? The other previous sessions, like the other previous episodes for these chats and sales sessions are on YouTube. You can actually get to hear and listen to whatever I was telling you about, like, the progress of guys that I've had for the last 2 years. Okay. Probably like for the last 2 years. Just get to listen to their progress and see. That was even way before I even joined Scope because I joined in like late 2024. So these are guys I started way before I joined Scope, and now I've seen like crazy progress and very commendable because from when guys didn't know what a candle is all the way to now being swingers and guys making their own kind of progress is a very 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 amazing thing. So listen to these previous episodes and get to hear their stories. Okay. You can listen to the previous episodes and get to listen to their stories right there. Okay, so can see. Thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you, Hanifa. Cecilia. Thank you, Jeff. It's been a ride and a good one. I mean, you're welcome. You're welcome, guys. So you're welcome, everyone. Cheers, cheers, guys. Have yourselves a good one. Let's catch up tomorrow during the live analysis. So good night, guys. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Jeff.
Yeah, good night.
Cheers, Jeff. Good night.
All right,
Good
good night.
night. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.